Bro, Hassan, hey, Hassan made a whole ass infographic for the people that talk about him on a daily basis. And before I weigh in on this whole infographic, why don't we just talk about it? Hassan is terrified of me. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Hassan is so afraid of me. He put me in my own tier of HDS.
Hassan derangement syndrome scale? What the fuck is this? Wait, hold on. Is this the... Level 1, casual critic. Mentions Hassan occasionally in relevant context. Examples, mainstream journalists, political commentators, occasional critics. Key indicators, infrequent mentions, critique specific takes, not a recurring topic. Mentions per week, how often they talk about Hassan. Low. Total HDS level.
Why no examples of any contributors? None? There's no casual critics? Everybody's just doing it for money? There's no one who casually criticizes you? Very interesting. Very interesting.
Level to the max. Level 2, reaction driven. Regularly reacts to Hassan for engagement or content. Examples, Asmongold, Shoe on Head, other reaction content creators. Key indicators, reacts to Hassan frequently, covers controversies for views. Hassan is part of their content rotation, not the core. Level 3, active antagonist. Consistently attacks Hassan with personal or...
I am so surprised that somebody put Asmongold as level 2. That probably actually bothered Hassan. Because Hassan says that Asmongold is obsessed with him. So him only putting him at level 2 is very impressive. Dude, I can't wait to get the special category acute HDS. Oh, it's so funny.
Ideological hostility. Examples. Who the fuck are these people? Sidney Watson, John Del Arroz, other ideological critics? I don't even know who these people are. Key indicators, frequent negative posts and videos, direct callouts and personal attacks, brings up Hassan unprompted, seeks to damage credibility. I would say that these guys are there too.
You see, I told you immediately. He said, oh, no. No, level 2's not high enough. No, they're at least level 3. They're at least level 3, bro. That is so funny. I know this man more than he knows himself. I know, dude. Kaya is getting shocked extra hard tonight. Let's keep going here.
Level 4, chronic HDS. A substantial portion of their content and community revolves around opposing Hassan. Examples, Destiny, Ethan Klein. Key indicators, years-long fixation. Repeated debates and streams exclusively about Hassan. Community built around the rivalry. Calls for deplatforming or punitive action. Level 5 is institutional. Hassan is framed as a political or societal threat by organizations, media institutions, or officials. I mean, this is a separate. Level 5 is not the highest level. I think the highest level would still be Destiny, Dan Stalkman, Ethan Klein.
He says, you haven't ranked my ops high enough. All right, he called Dan Stalkman. Is he gonna call me Rape Tone? Let's find out. And where's Nux Taku? Where's more Pegasus, man? I thought all of your haters were Hassan derangement syndrome havers. Even reaction driven. They have Hassan derangement syndrome. Which one of these people are actually lying about you? You can't say people who tell the truth about me have Hassan derangement syndrome. Nobody here is lying. They merely report factual information on what you've done. Let's keep going.
Rape Tone. Those guys.
Holy shit, I called it. I called that shit immediately. Yep. Diddy Dan. Yep. Sex Pestiny. Rape Toad. Guys, all of my ops are sexual predators. Of course, man. Of course. Let's keep going. Dude, this motherfucker got read like a book. Let's keep going.
Guys. Examples, Fox News, Wall Street Journal op-eds, The Atlantic, New York Post, Vox, Politico, ADL, Anti-Defamation League, Key Indicators.
Yeah, man. All of the news sources have Hassan derangement syndrome. They're definitely just not reporting factual events as they occurred.
Sustained negative coverage, institutional statements and campaigns, portrayed as extremist threat, uses political weapon in party or public discourse. Special category, acute HDS, rape tone variant.
I told you again. Dude, Hasan is so afraid of me. He has to call me Tone nonstop because he knows that I'm not going to stop reporting on him, man. And he knows. Hasan, I want to make this very clear. I will give you $500,000 and I will never say your name again publicly if you box me and beat me in a fight. Now, I do expect $500,000 from you as well if I win, as well as you will not be able to say my name, but you're so big. You know, you got all those steroids, and we both get 6 months of training. However, you will have to stop testosterone and finasteride during the training process, right? So you just let me know, man. You talk all this game. All right. Well, then let's box. Let's do it, man. It'll be great. And how apropos that the only person that you're willing to fight is XQC, a man who weighs 96 pounds and is 6 inches shorter than you. Hasan, me and you are the exact same height. Me and you have 20 pounds on me, and I'll still whoop your ass. And I would love to, but you are a little bitch. Even with me being at a disadvantage, you know that I would break your nose in a sanctioned boxing event and at no other point in time. Man, that is my dream. Me boxing Hasan, Asmongold reacting in the corner as my coach, Sam Hyde in the crowd. Oh, man. That would be beautiful, man. That would be beautiful because I am the bullies that bully the bullies. And that's why you have to slander and defame me, because if you were to tell the truth about me, it wouldn't really sound that good. But when I tell the truth about you, man, does it sound bad. Man, you know this guy shocks and abuses his dog on stream and supports terrorism? Very interesting. I feel like it's very fitting that Hasan calls me his #1 op. Honestly, this is a compliment. This is great. This is great. The lengths that Hasan will go to defame and deplatform me is insane. And Hasan, I must tell you, I am quite successful. And I know that drives you nuts because you wish I would go away. However, you are childless. You are maidenless. And your bloodline ends with you. Because even though you have the millions of dollars, even though you have the mansions, even though you have the shoes, the dog, the designer lifestyle, the Prada bag, and the Gucci pants, you have it all. You still can't get a woman to you and have your kids because you are a loser. You are so miserable. You are so unlikable that you have everything that every man dreams of, and you still can't get a girl to have your kids because you are a unsexless chud. Nobody wants to stay with that shit.
Extreme fixation.
And that head is so small. That head is so small.
Fixation and hostility in a short time span with constant unhinged output. Examples, rape tone. Key indicators.
Examples, rape tone. Good one, man. Yeah, that's why I'm in a prison cell right now, right? Yeah, let's just call a guy a who has no criminal charges, is not on the sex offender registry, is not in jail. Let's just call him just for fun. This is who we're dealing with, by the way. Hasan can't debate any of the points that I've brought up about him. So he has to label me as a racist. It's honestly embarrassing. Let's keep going here.
High volume, low restraint, unprompted obsession, extreme personal attacks, attempts to provoke or escalate constantly.
I want to remind you, they say that I have extreme unprovoked personal attacks. You went back 17 years ago. You went back 17 years ago. You looked up my dad's criminal record when I was 16, and you said, why didn't you hold your dad accountable? Because I was a child? Because I was a child and I didn't know? Like, do you think that's not weird? Hello? Hey, 16-year-old Tectone, why didn't you do this? Bro, that's a little bit psychotic. Like, bro, you can go after my dad, but to go after me when I was 16 years old and question my life choices at 16? That's fucking insane.
Makes us on a full-time target. Yeah, I think like...
Also, don't flatter yourself. You say that you're a full-time target. Let's be completely legitimate. You say I full-time cover you. All right, let's see how many Hasan views. Out of my past 32 videos, 1, 2, 3, 4. Brother, out of my past 32 videos, you are barely 10% of what I talk about. If you don't want me to talk about you, then stop being retarded. I don't rehash any of your old shit until new shit comes out. I just talk about the latest retards. That's all I do. Just stop being retarded every day. And by the way, Pegasus talks about you more than I do. And by the way, huge W's to Pegasus. Want to make it very clear, me and Pegasus have no affiliation whatsoever. Me and Pegasus are not friends whatsoever. We have no direct connection between Pegasus and I. I just respect his content. Hope that makes sense.
Dude, there are a lot of people on this list. There are a lot of some infamous, some formerly famous people on this list. But these are, I don't think the levels are correct.
There it is. I told you the levels, they're just not high enough. And you want to know why that is? Is because Hasan realized that he has Asmongold and Tectone derangement syndrome, as well as Nuxtaku derangement syndrome, because Hasan's only retort versus anybody is to lie on their name. That's all he can do. And he realized that this scale makes Hasan look bad. That's the problem. Because Hasan is infinitely more obsessed in optics than any of his haters. That's the bottom line.
More drama arcs than One Piece, brother. Yeah. This popped up on my For You page, but I found out that Ethan Klein only follows me on Twitch. Literally no one else. Just me. Which is a perfect indication of his mania. And I said, Hasan derangement syndrome is real. Ethan Klein accidentally revealed that Hasan is the only account he follows on Twitch. Proof that Ethan has been intentionally avoiding my content.
When was the last time Ethan has even talked about Hasan? The only people he talks about are Caseytron, Frogan, and Denims. I can't even remember the last time H3 talked about Hasan. Hasan, I hate to remind you this, but you ran a podcast with the guy on Twitch. Ethan's not really a frequent stream watcher.
I barely even speak about this dope anymore, but he's still boosting deranged obsessed snark accounts. Who else would I follow on our work Twitch account? Bozo.
True.
Wait, that's really funny. He just admits it. He's like, no, it's actually normal and good and healthy that I only follow you.
It's his work account when you guys used to be co-hosts of a podcast you did together. Why the fuck would he follow anybody else?
Also, I barely even speak about this dope. Now, I have not been keeping up with the Kleins.
Yeah, because they don't talk about you. And you just admitted, because if they did say anything, you would have brought it up because you bring up everything anybody says about you.
But I assume that, what is this? It's true. Only like 22 mentions last month. It's an improvement. I was about to say,
link? Proof?
I highly doubt.
Well, if my 77-month subscriber VIP says it, it must be true. Yeah, good confirmation bias, Hasan. God forbid you actually find a reliable source.
That he has stopped talking about me altogether. Free press writer.
But what did Hasan do to Ethan? Oh, I don't know, man. Promote snark Reddits that are attempting to ruin his life and go after his children. Yeah, it's kind of bad, don't you think?
Dan Stalkman still supports H3. Yeah, I mean, it's in his circumstance, like, it's not even beneficial for him. Like, he actually had a career before this, and if he had stopped doing this shit, he probably would have salvaged that career. But he chose to burn it all.
Are we trying to claim that Ethan Klein has no career? Brother, Ethan Klein's podcast is still getting 427,000 views, 190,000, 353,000, 380,000, 400,000, 480,000, 400,000, 466,000. What? I mean, guys, does this guy live in reality? Or is the only language this guy can talk in is complete fucking bullshit?
Whereas, like, at least
You Google or look into anything Hassan says, and you will immediately see that it is just complete bullshit.
with Destiny's situation, like, Destiny has nothing else, right? I guess even with Destiny's situation, he could probably do something else. He could have just been like a regular lib and not such a fucking freak. But
Okay, to be fair, Destiny is a freak. I will agree with that. Absolutely.
these guys,
Any man that lets another man f his wife is insane.
these guys spend every waking moment obsessively using every opportunity to just be like, using every opportunity to straight up be like, I am going to destroy this person's life. And I don't know what it will take for them to stop. Maybe if I like die or something, I don't know. But it is very strange.
Here's an idea. How about you just apologize and stop f***ing lying? Legitimately. If Hassan were to just apologize and correct all of the misinformation and slander that he's put on my name, I would never talk about him again. On God. I mean that. If Hassan were to just apologize and address all of the misinformation, well, I also want an apology to Asmongold. I would like a specific apology for slandering my name, as well as claiming that Asmongold is solely responsible for his parents' death. Oh, and also apologize for calling next Taco Bell. You hit those three things, we're chilling. I'll never say your name again. Really. Like, are we at an age where it's so hard to just apologize? I've even given this opportunity to so many other content creators. So many. It's the same, dude. Same thing with Miz. It's really that easy. Bro, if you just apologize, it's really that easy. You know, I mean, all these CCs, just be a big boy and say, I lied, I'm sorry. And then don't mention me ever again. It's really that easy. It's so easy. I'm a very reasonable guy, by the way. My DMs are open, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.